in a bit, I'm going to show you a flyer because I want you to know how you can get connected with her. But we're going to start off with the mental awareness. And this is something that I haven't had an opportunity to talk to Vesna about in depth. My name is Rhonda, and I am here as your host. I'm here as the producer. So anytime you have something you want to say, it scrolls right here. I will make sure I add it to our conversation, comments, questions, because you may be a person that really wants to travel and you've been trying to figure out how to do this. Vesna does it all the time. So I want to make sure that you're with somebody that really knows what they're doing, understanding the area that you're going to and why you want to be there, and learning about Mother Earth and all the discovery. So we get to talk about that too. So let's first focus on mental health. Then Vesna, welcome in, my friend.
Thank you, Rhonda. It's so good to be with you again. Yeah.
Vesna, how did we first originally get connected? You're like so important to me when I see that somehow we get connected through social media. It's like, oh, it's our next time to have a conversation. Did we meet just in a group and we just have had these conversations? Like, do you remember how we met?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do.
We do.
Actually, how we met was that I was doing a telesummit, and I was on Facebook and looking at all of the people that were on Facebook, and you caught my eye. So I reached out to you and asked you if you would like to be a guest on my telesummit. That's how we met at first.
Okay, so I love that.
Years
Okay,
ago.
so Laura Marie is with us, and she said, "Good morning." So, Laura, I'm so happy you're here because we're live. So we're flowing through. We're YouTube live, and we are here just streaming. So, Laura, I think you're really going to enjoy this. If you have never seen me interview Vesna, right now we're talking about mental health. We love that stuff. We consistently talk about that, Vesna, in our group around health coaching and mind and how we get clogged. So let's go in there. Can you share with me your connection with this thing around mental health? This is something you really wanted to talk about today, and it just fits the series so much.
Yes, definitely, Rhonda. So with mental health, I am what's called an LMLP, licensed master's level psychologist. I have been in the field of psychology my whole profession. Okay. I have worked with all age groups, children, adolescents, adults, and I always say probably through all issues. I worked with Vietnam veterans, trauma, PTSD, substance use, domestic violence. I mean, I've done the whole gamut. And I love what I do. So mental health is very important. And when I talk about mental health, here again, throughout my whole career, my whole profession, I always tie in spirituality as well, because the body, mind, spirit is something that we just are, and therefore I always incorporate all three in my practice. So mental health, yes, is something that is very close and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
What? Okay, so you've been doing this, and what do you want to talk about? What's the thing that's on your mind about just being able to share out there? I think of it as globally because us over here at Fresh Talks Global Vision, I believe that we're open that every time we do this, we're opening up vocals, and I call it speaker locking arms, that we're really speaking and connecting. You and I are locking arms right now to be able to create a higher vision, vibration to what you're doing. Please share with me what is on your mind today and what you're discovering of what's your word out there about mental health.
well, I would say mental health has had such a stigma for a long time, because
Yeah.
if someone talked about mental health, they were, I would say, almost automatically stigmatized as, they're crazy, there's something wrong with this person. And that's not it at all. Mental health covers our well being. And I was just reading some statistics the other day, and I'm talking specifically in the U.S., that I believe it said 1 out of 5 people. Yes, and here again, it does cross the whole gamut in the sense that someone, for example, may be under a lot of stress, having a lot of anxiety, and of course, today with the whole political arena, voting, people are also focusing on the economy. So stress is something that is very pervasive, I would say. Okay, so you have things like that, and then there's other things. A person may be really contemplating as far as a job, where they're going to live. Maybe it's a relationship. It could be also, and then on the far right, I would say, is someone who is having a mental health crisis. Okay. So when I talk about mental health, it really truly does cover this whole arena.
The whole gamut.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I had a couple of years where I had 5 people within that short range pass away, and I had to get deeper into my spirituality in those dark nights to understand, how do I get through this? And am I okay? And what am I feeling? What am I learning about these different things? And I love what you're saying. And so you're saying 1 out of 5 people are diagnosed with having mental health issues. I haven't sometimes questioned myself. It's just like we get to our wits' end about stuff that we don't know, where that feeling is of like, I'm not showing up real strong today. So I need to kind of keep myself nurtured here and meditate, or be quiet, or like go do something that's like healing, that brings something back to me. What are some of the tools and things that you do that you want to share about? And I want to go into the Morocco thing because I can see how this links together, and people finding Mother Earth and discovering food as medicine and herbs, and how you can use it medicinally. Let's just go in there
Yeah.
about Morocco.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Oh, my friend, I'm sorry. I shouldn't jump in too quick. We need to talk about your Facebook group. That's what we need to do, huh?
Oh,
Because
okay.
that's your mental health
Yeah.
specific thing. Let's get in there a little bit deeper then. I'm going to highlight that for
Okay.
you right now. Okay, so share about why you're putting this group together. And I think we're already pretty much there, but also what you want to do. And I want to highlight that again.
Yeah. So I'm going to also jump back just a little to what you said,
Okay.
as far as, number one, grief. Yes. And, COVID, when that was happening, it was very traumatic. Okay. And so being able to sit down and process that grief is so important. And actually, currently I am doing also a grief group. Okay. Because grief, I think so often when we think of grief, the first thing that comes into mind is a person dying, which of course, yes, it is grief. But grief can also take many forms. For example, loss of a job, loss of a relationship. Okay, so even grief is very broad, so to speak.
Yeah.
With my challenge, and actually I'm calling it an intentional instead of a challenge. So starting,
And I gotta tell you, Vesna, I have it highlighted right here. I'm really excited that we get to feature this in our series, because we're talking about Facebook and how you get to be part of a group where Vesna, you heard her background and what she's going to be doing, but there's going to be connection in there also. And you were talking about that you're going to have it private so that you can really just infuse yourself in that conversation and explore some things mentally that you're working through. Okay. Thank you,
exactly.
my friend. Go.
Yeah, sure. So I call it the 7-day mental health awareness intentional. I think challenge just like the word war, we get ready to fight, and that's not what this is about. Okay. It's about going through this intentionally. So every day there is going to be a video. Okay. And I'm going to address different topics. And also kind of a focus for the day, so that a person can focus on this one topic for the day. So
Mm-hmm.
October 24th is a Thursday. So the 24th and the 25th, there will be a video for each day. And then on Saturday, there's actually going to be a live group. And all of those people who have signed up, the RSVP for this intentional, will be invited into that live group, and it's open. People can share how things are going. If
Yeah.
they have a particular issue that they want to talk about, there will be support. So everyone is invited to that live group. Sunday is going to be a day of rest. And
Oh.
and then the videos will start up again on Monday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday will be the topic for each day. And so that's the 7-day mental health awareness intentional.
I love it. Did I hear how long it's going to be? Because I heard it starts on Thursday the 27th. Oh, 24th. Excuse me.
Right.
Thursday the 24th. And then it's going to go, and then Saturday's going to be live. Sunday's rest. Get back in there on Monday. Does that mean we're doing a full week, or did I miss that? I wanted to make sure.
No, you're correct, Rhonda. I just called it 7-day because it's actually, the 5 days of the work week, and then, the Saturday as well, Sunday day of rest, but I think 7 days just, kind of makes it
Yeah.
sound easier. So.
Yeah, exactly. What's the name of your group? Because it has a number here, but I know that it's probably facebook.com groups, and that actually might even have a name too besides the number. I know it shows up twice, two different ways when you're in Facebook. You can actually type the name of it and it'll put it in there too, but right now it shows the number. So everybody make sure that you put that information down and grab it. Tell me the name of the group and I will make sure, if you know it by heart, what's the name of the group?
Yeah, it's called the 7-day mental health awareness intentional.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's no in Facebook. What is your? It's not just Vesna, right? What's the last name that you have? How people can connect with you too, because they may want to be your friend just to be following everything you're doing.
Well, I do have two Facebook groups. My one Facebook group is actually Visions for Life, which is my business, and
Oh,
yeah, so that's the name of the one group. And as far as my personal, it's my first name Vesna dot Matic Matic dot 1610.
Vesna.matic.16610.
Correct.
Okay, so I'll highlight that at some point too. Okay, so do you see everyone? We're going to go and start talking about Morocco, and I'll make sure I do post marketing about this if everybody didn't catch this right away. But the group is called, I just put with Vesna so you know that who we're talking about, who's talking Vesna. It's going to be easier to find her on Facebook, but it's 7-day mental health awareness intentional. And I love that because it's not a challenge. We're talking about let's get some neutral words in there. And I feel it. There's times, it's just like I always want to be in truth with how things are going. And I can feel those ebbs and flows, like just having a really uh, tough day. And I think also, Vesna, is that I think we feel a lot of exposure these days because of the havoc that's out there. There's just so much going on. So I can see how your recentering is going to be powerful to be able to get out of the mind and be able to really feel that like it's like feeling in the heart. So the brain doesn't feel, fired at all the time.
Right.
And so that creativity and the way you're going to approach it and your background, I'm really, this is exciting. And I'll get into your group also. I'm very, very
Oh,
excited
thank
about
you.
that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
and,
So I have that highlighted. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and with again with mental health, things are getting better in that people now are going out and seeking counselors, therapists, which is fantastic. And sometimes there are people still get a little leery. what
Uh-huh.
what I always say though is this, so often we may be having something, a problem, something that's happening in our life, and maybe we don't want to talk to family or friends because we're unsure as to how they're going to react to us. And then if we tell them how we're feeling, the next time we see them, they might keep thinking about that thing, that problem we're having. So
Yeah.
we kind of shy away from family or friends. And that's why it's nice going to a neutral party, a third party, because there you can talk about whatever is going on. There's no judgment. And then when you decide that, okay, I'm done, I worked through this issue,
Yeah.
and then you leave, and you don't have to worry about the therapist, the counselor, uh, you know, uh, talking
The
about you.
judgment. You
Exactly.
brought that up right away. It's like we allow people to not wear this mask
Right.
where you're like this, and so people will accept you. Allow yourself to put that down. That's so tiring to be able to believe that you have to carry that. And so this whole world, I'm in this whole thing about no blaming and shaming, and that's one of these things that's so important to me, and why I think this is like a humanity project I've been working on. And I see 5 years being at the Golden Gate Park, bringing people together, having a full day with experts, and us saying, okay, right now in our experiences, what do we need more in up leveling humanity and the support? What do we need? So I love what you're saying, and I'd love to talk more about partnering with you on that, because I'm putting a board together with 10 people that's not going to be really uh, a lot of work to stay in that board. What it is, I want everybody's business and what they're doing to get bigger and bolder, so that this board is like helping each other, but it's also helping me with putting that humanity project together. But I want everybody to be cohesive. We have a business, we're growing, and we're going to get bigger by supporting each other. So I'm looking for really strong board members that are like they've been in business for a while. So putting that out to everybody. Vesna, you're the first person I actually said that out
Oh,
loud to
wow.
while we're doing a live, because of stuff that you're doing. I want to,
Oh,
we have just a few more minutes here, my friend, and I want to focus in, because this goes right into the mental health. I'm just looking over here at your flyer. So I'm going to highlight that. And can you share with me? And I believe the pricing is really good too. If we can just talk about what that journey is, because I see it's $5,000, and it's share what I mean. You have people coming with you, and these are like, this is quite a long experience too. So share what this is all about.
yes.
And
Well,
I'm going to highlight this too so people can see it on their side also right now. Okay, you can share, my friend. Sorry.
oh, thank you. Oh, that's all right. So not only is psychology, mental health, our well-being, very important to me, but also so is traveling. I have always loved to travel, and ever since I was very young. And for me, incorporating both the mind,
Hmm.
body, spirit, okay, so mental health as well as the traveling are so important. I feel that it's important for all of us to go out into the world, see how other people live, their culture, their food, the cuisine, all of these things. We see that each culture is different, but deep down inside, we as human beings are all the same. We all want the same thing: peace, freedom, food on the table, a roof over our head. But the distinction, the different cultures is so intriguing. And I just came back
Mhm.
from Bosnia and Herzegovina, was inside the tunnels of the pyramid in Bosnia. So this next spiritual journey is what I call them. This next one is to Morocco, and it is going to be from January 11th through the 21st. And what we're going to be doing, among other things, but I would say one of the highlights is that we are going to go into the Sahara Desert. We are going to ride camels, and then also have meditations out there, any kind of healings that people would like to have. So we're
Mhm.
going to be in the Sahara Desert, and then also throughout this trip, there in Morocco, you do have Sufis. The Sufis in Morocco are different than the ones in Turkey, because in Turkey you have what are called the whirling dervishes, and they literally, these Sufis are dressed in white and they twirl, and that's how they meditate. That's how they link
Oh,
in with spirituality. In Morocco, they don't do the dancing, the twirling, but they do chants, and through their music is how they connect with spirit. So 3 times during this journey, we are going to listen to 3 different Sufi musicians, and twice they are going to play for us, chant in private Morocco homes where we are also going to have dinner. So for me,
fun.
so for me, it's I'm not a travel guide, never have been. I do consider myself a spirit. These are spiritual journeys because it is about connecting with the locals and
Wow.
doing these spiritual things, and
Yeah.
they're connected.
Vesna, we have that flyer and I was sharing it. Can you give me, is there a direct link that you want to share with me, or should I pull it off the flyer? How would you like people to connect with you about your trip to Morocco?
Yes, my business my business name is visionsforlife.org. So if a person goes to my website, um, the all of these trips that I put together are under the transformational journeys tab. The itinerary for Morocco is there. Everything is posted. So once, the only thing a person also needs to do is the flight, to and from Morocco
Mhm.
is, up to each person. But once in Morocco, everything is included.
That's wow. Okay, this is powerful. So it's visionsforlife.org.
Correct.
Okay, let me highlight that.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
friend, you are always up to incredible things. The experience of, and we're getting to that finish point here, but the visions of being with locals so you can be there and experience like the experience there. There's many people that are seeking this. I want to get that out there for you. So we dealt with 2 things today. One was that we are talking about mental health awareness. At the beginning of this video, please go back, grab the Facebook group. You have 7 days of just like clearing your mind with Vesna, and she has a very good background in this. Then we're connecting her trip, which is also about mental health and mental awareness, because it just, I mean, to be able to connect with Mother Earth. But I shared the Morocco flyer, and right here is visionsforlife.org. Thank you so much, Vesna. And I will be doing my post marketing to make sure that people know about this. And I'll get in your group too, and we'll just go from there, my friend. I
Oh,
appreciate you so much and what you're doing out there.
oh, thank you. And you too, Rhonda. Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody, Fresh Talks Global Vision. We are talking about mindset matters to the heart. We got a lot of good nuggets today. Appreciate you, Vesna. Appreciate you, Community Fresh Talks Global Vision. We're always looking at ways that we can transform in this journey. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank
Be
you.